Luna Academy is an online learning platform that provides accessible and future-ready skills training you can learn anywhere at any time. Step 1. Register. Click the Register button to create your account. You can also use your existing Facebook, LinkedIn, or Gmail account for easy registration. Step 2. Choose your course. Step 3. Online payment. Just simply click on Add to Cart and select your preferred payment option. Learn and change your future at Luna Academy, your #1 choice in credential building. Because here in Luna Academy, we want you to learn, adapt, and inspire.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for the invitation. I am, as always, honored, and it's a pleasure for me to be here. So thank you to Luna Academy and to Job Street for the invite. My name is Vina Vidal Vicente, and I'm many things, actually. I am, all right, so where do we start? I'm a trainer. I am a learning experience designer, and I deliver training programs to companies and to individuals who want to, find the better versions of themselves. I am also a business owner. My company, B&V People Business Co, is a training company. It is a learning experience design and delivery company, and that is where I do most of my training work. I am also a performer. I'd like to say that I still am, although I am retired. I do still sing in the company of friends mostly, but my voice has a lot to do with the things that I do in life. So I am a trainer, as I mentioned earlier. I use my voice for that. I am also a singer and a performer. I use my voice for that. And finally, I also use my voice as an author. So I have very recently, just in 2020, written and published my first book, yes, in the middle of the pandemic. It's called Make a Choice. And I am currently in the process of writing my second book, and hopefully a lot more to come. So I have been invited here to talk about people's skills. Now, I call them people skills despite the fact that a lot of people might call them soft skills. And there is a reason for that, the reason for which I will delve into a little bit more later on. But let's start with this premise. Let's start with the premise that all jobs have some sort of technical skill or skills that a person needs to accomplish, and the person needs to have in order to accomplish that job. So all jobs require a repertoire of technical skills. Let's start with the premise that all jobs require a repertoire of technical skills. All jobs in the world will require one to have a certain set of skills or things that you need to be able to do so that you can accomplish that job. Okay, for example, a virtual assistant will need to be able to have knowledge in applications like, the Microsoft applications, your Word, your Excel, your PowerPoint, or in Google's case, your docs, your sheets, your slides, right? You will need to, as a virtual assistant, you will need to be knowledgeable in Canva or any of those applications that you will need in order to provide your service. As a dentist, you will also need to be knowledgeable in how to extract a tooth or how to clean teeth or how to use those gadgets, those suction things that you see in the clinics. As an accountant, you might also need to be certified in certain processes, right? In your job of taking care of other people's money. Believe it or not, even actors have technical skills that they rely on. Technical skills involve, take for example, using your diaphragm to breathe so that you are able to project your voice better. Using how to use your eyes so that they can communicate emotion, using your entire body to tell a story. So these are technical skills, right? And when you talk about technical skills, yes, sure, because they are required for jobs in general, your technical skills will open the door. It will definitely open the door for you. Your resume will tell the hiring manager that you are knowledgeable in this, in this, in that, and that you are capable of doing this and this and that. However, your people skills will keep you in the room. Your people skills, more so, will open more doors. Let's go back to our virtual assistant, to our dentist, our accountant, and our actor. Which virtual assistant will you decide to keep? The one who is inflexible and cannot seem to admit to their own mistakes, or the one who has a positive attitude and replies to you in a timely manner? Which dentist will you choose to keep? Will you keep going to the dentist who is always frowning when they enter the room? Or will you go to the dentist who asks you about your day and remembers your name, right? Which accountant will you decide to keep? The one who argues with you with regard to how you use your money, or somebody who provides advice and feedback in a respectful manner? Which actor would a director decide to keep, do you think? Somebody who acts like a diva, or somebody who comes to work on time and knows her lines and is ready for the day, right? So when you talk about people skills, these are essentially these are your basic behaviors, I would suppose, right? This is your work ethic, how you treat your job. These are your communication skills, how you engage with people, how you communicate your thoughts. These are your emotional intelligence, your attitude, your behavior. This is how you come to work every day. This is how you conduct yourself. This is how you engage with other people. And they say that these skills help you actually with certain things that you need to accomplish at work, which involve maybe solving problems, right? Or being able to assign work to someone else, delegating work, coaching people, mentoring people, motivating people, building a team, sustaining that team. And if you think about it, all these things really have to do with leadership. When I talk about leadership, it reminds me of one particular guy. His name is John Maxwell. And he, in one of his books, in one of his many, many books, he puts together the 5 levels of leadership. No? The 5 levels of leadership say that, you actually start from the bottom and work yourself up to the top. You always start with a position. People follow because they have to. You are in that position, and therefore, it is incumbent upon that position to be followed. You're the team leader. You're the president of the company. You're the supervisor. And so that the individual, your team members need to follow you and your rules, right? That's the rule. However, in this position, people will give you minimum, the bare minimum that they can. At 5 o'clock, these people are out the door. Okay, so that's what John Maxwell says. Move it up a notch. Move it up a notch with time and perhaps, a relationship that is built between you and your team. You start to have a level of permission. This is when people start to follow you because they want to. They have given you the permission to lead them, right? Maybe because they like you, maybe because you've already built that relationship, they understand you better. For whatever reason, you have gone up that notch, and people now give you the permission to lead them. One more level up, and it's production. People follow because of what you have done for the organization. You have helped the team be recognized as a top performing team in the organization. You carry your team along with you whenever you represent the company, right? So your team, under your leadership, your team is known as a high performing team. So you're up another level, the level of production. One more level up, and that's people development. People follow you because of what you have done for them. And this is a deeper kind of relationship we're talking about. You have mentored them, you have coached them, you have served as a guide for them. And this is where you start to reproduce performing individuals, right? Performing leaders. This is where you actually reproduce leaders. You kind of clone leaders. And then up a notch still is pinnacle. People follow you because of who you are and what you represent. This is where inspiration comes in. This is where, people start to call you their idol, right? If you notice, among the 5 levels of leadership, there is one critical component, and that is people. Okay? And if you notice some more, you will also notice that your technical skills are acknowledged only at the first position, only in position 1. People follow because they have to. You were placed in that position quite possibly because of the 2 things, your technical skills and your people skills, right? But it's only at this point where your technical skills gain ground. As you move up, your people skills, they have higher expectations, right? Okay, and so when you talk about leadership, and a lot of people will say this, that you don't need to be, well, okay, so hold on. People will often say, I cannot respect a leader who doesn't know the job that I do. Okay, so if you think about it, a lot of people mistake technical expertise for leadership. Let me debunk that right now. I know somebody who was an IT boss, an information technology boss. And what did she graduate from? Food technology. And she was a very good leader too. She was a very good leader. It was a very short time that she spent in level 1, and then she moved very easily up to level 2, 3, all the way up to 4. I don't know if she reached level 5, but all the way up to 4 at least, because she was able to mentor and coach all these technical IT folk, despite the fact that she didn't know the process within that team, right? So when you talk about leadership, when you talk about influence in the organization, people's skills have a lot to do with it. Okay? And this is where I start talking about hard skills and soft skills. And I said earlier that I don't really consider people's skills to be soft skills. I get it though. I get the definition. Hard skills are skills that require you to touch hard things, to touch concrete things, numbers, gadgets, machines, right? Processes. Those are literally hard, right? Whereas soft skills are people skills, because your ability to smile, to shake hands, etc. So I get the definition, but I don't necessarily agree with the concept. Why? Because people skills are hard. And people skills are really hard. If people skills, a lot of people think that people skills are these are basic behaviors. We should have already learned this when we were kids. These are things our teachers, our parents should have taught us, etc., etc. But really, if people skills were easy, then we would not have problems with the toxic coworker. We would not have problems with disciplinary issues. We would not have any problems with team members fighting or team members arguing, or, those kinds of things wouldn't exist in the workplace if people skills were easy, right? And so, yes, people skills are hard, but I'm not saying that they are impossible. What I am saying is we do need to take a look at ourselves. We need to reflect on our jobs, on our careers, on our work, and identify whether or not we have people skills gaps, right? What are people skills gaps that we may need to fill? This one takes a good dose of humility and a lot of self-reflection. Ask yourselves the question, and be brave enough, be strong enough, grab yourself a cup of coffee, maybe take yourself to the beach and, do a little self-reflection, face the hard stuff, actually remember the things where you had problems. Okay, and this is not going to be easy, right? It's not going to be easy, but do face them. Ask yourselves the questions. Ask yourself, okay, so I got the job, but why wasn't I able to keep it? Why is it so hard getting people to do what I need them to do? Why was I not promoted? Why did my coworker report me to my manager? Right? What's the story behind that? Being able to face these problems, those that you've actually lived, okay? Those that have actually happened to you, being able to face those, no matter how difficult and how painful, will help you identify where it is that you can improve, right? It helps you identify the gaps that you can fill. These are opportunities for you to fill those gaps and to improve and to become a better version of yourself. But you know what? You will always have a choice. When you think about all these problems that you have gone through, when you think about these issues that you have lived through, you will always have a choice. You can, perfectly validly, you can play the victim. You can feel sorry for yourself. You can wrap yourself in your favorite blanket, turn on the air conditioning, and watch Netflix all day. You can lock yourself up in your house, in your room, all day, every day, and not engage with other people. That's perfectly valid. You can also get mad at the world. You can play the villain and say, hey, you know what, world? This is me. You're gonna have to accept it whether you like it or not. This is how I behave, and this is my attitude, and take it or leave it. Again, perfectly valid. Just remember that with the victim and the villain, both have consequences, right? Both have consequences, and neither will help you move forward. There is a third choice. Your third choice is to play the victor. To play the victor is to acknowledge your mistakes. Face what it is that you have done in the past. Acknowledge your mistakes. Live through that part of your life. You've already lived it anyway, right? So acknowledge that you have lived through that part of your life. Maybe inject a little humor. Laugh at your mistakes a little bit. And learn. Live, laugh, and learn. Learn from your mistakes. Pinpoint the things that you have done wrong. Decide to do the opposite or to do something else in the future. That is the only way that you will be able to move forward and help your career flourish and inspire others to do the same. I hope that this helps. And for any other questions, my name is Vina Vidal Vicente. I am available on social media in case you want to get in touch, or in case you want just a different perspective. Thank you very much for listening, and good day to you all.
Luna Academy is an online learning platform that provides accessible and future-ready skills training you can learn anywhere at any time. Step 1. Register. Click the Register button to create your account. You can also use your existing Facebook, LinkedIn, or Gmail account for easy registration. Step 2. Choose your course. Step 3. Online payment. Just simply click on Add to Cart and select your preferred payment option. Learn and change your future at Luna Academy, your #1 choice in credential building. Because here in Luna Academy, we want you to learn, adapt, and inspire.